And the searchlight comes on then for the hammer, Mark Kaylor. Acknowledging a very big support indeed from the east of London, where he still resides, married to a nice-looking American lady who's looking in tonight. She's not at the arena, she's watching it on ITV. So the whole of the crowd now spotted the West Ham colours, and Mark Kaylor, the former amateur champion, who represented Britain at the Moscow Olympics when he was a rather tender teenager, and he's certainly come on since then, unbeaten in 23 fights. It's always difficult for the ringside whips to bring the other man in, and sometimes there's a little delay that you often think could easily be deliberate, just to give an extra edge. But they are shuffling outside now, trying to get him ready. So at the ringside with me, the former lightweight champion of the world, and we've worked together on ITV, is Jim Watt.
Hello, Reg.
Well, Jim, before the first bell, it's always stick your chin out time. I know you haven't seen too much of these middleweights. Would you like to pick one at this stage?
Well, when they first started talking about this fight about 6, 7, 8 months ago, I strongly fancied Gumbs. But the improvement Kaylor's made in that time, I've started switching over a bit towards Kaylor. I've been very impressed with him in his last couple of contests, and I think it's possible he may have the style and the strength to beat Gumbs. I suppose that is definitely sticking my chin in it.
Well, you didn't do it too much as a champion, I must say, Jim, and I think you were quite cagey there. Obviously from your old camp too, isn't he? Terry Lawler's stable.
Yeah, that's right.
There's Terry.
Yeah, well, at least I know he's going to be in first-class condition, because Terry never puts anybody into the ring unless they're 100% fit. And the fact that Terry has him in the ring with Gumbs, he must have at least have a 50-50 chance.
So the lights are dipping and there's a bit of booing going on. And there's promoter Frank Warren, Ernie Fossey, border control inspectors, and Roy Gumbs, the champion, born in St Kitts, brought up in Tottenham, and he's always been on the move. Lived in Canada, Slough, you name it, and he trained in Sussex for this fight. Very much a loner, he says. I saw quite a bit of him in America when Marvin Hagler last fought, and in fact I did introduce him to Marvin Hagler. And I must say, Gumbs kept saying how much he fancied his luck against him. Well, maybe the pain that he would get from that would be worth the money anyway. So it's mingled with cheers and jeers, as they say. Confident character indeed, though, Roy Gumbs. Unbeaten for 5 years now. And it's Kaylor who's not taking his eyes off Gumbs as he goes around and does this typical warm-up stuff that's getting very popular. It's always happened in the fight game, but it's got exaggerated a little bit now with the Americans giving a little bit of show business to it. It's always hard to know exactly what's going on inside a fighter's mind at this stage, Jim. Is it great expectancy or lots of nervousness?
Yeah, well, I think it's mainly nerves, because you've worked so hard and so long for this night. But at the same time, it's all show business, and it's all about hiding the nerves and trying to psych the other guy out. I see Mark hasn't taken his eyes off Gumbs since he came into the ring. I think he's trying to just win a little psychological battle.
Now, gentlemen, please. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. Frank Warren proudly presents a middleweight contest of 12 3-minute rounds for the middleweight championship of Great Britain and the Commonwealth. In this corner, ladies and gentlemen, from Tottenham, the champion, Roy Gumbs. And from West Ham, ladies and gentlemen, the challenger, Mark Kaylor. At the weigh-in at 1 o'clock today, Gumbs scaled 11 stones, 5 3/4 pounds. Kaylor, 11 stones, 5 1/2 pounds. The officials for this contest, referee is Mr. James Brimmel, timekeeper Mr. Tom Powell.
So no difference with the weights. 11 stone, 6 pound is the middleweight division.
Please clear the gangways.
Just to repeat those then, 11.5 3/4 Gumbs, 11.5 1/2 Kaylor. And for 6 feet 2 Gumbs, it's remarkable to me that he actually gets down to the middleweight limit. Well, we've seen this before. Quite a bit of steering going on. I'm always surprised when Mark Kaylor does it. He always looks such a bushy-tailed cherub outside the ring. So set then for 12 rounds now, not the 15 as it used to be. And if the fight turns out, well, half as good as the build-up and the press chat, it should be a good one. Kaylor talked of tactics, coming out early and keeping Gumbs occupied by the volume of punches, not standing and posing. But Gumbs is saying, OK, if you want it that way, that's how it's got to be. Gumbs says that he plans each contest differently. He doesn't have set plans. Not bad for an opening minute of the championship fight. This is certainly some action. And Gumbs has had a good few knockout wins lately in Canada against Jerry Holly, which you may have seen on ITV. Spectacular uppercut. Gives the impression of trying to appear a bit nonchalant, but he isn't really. And when he gets tagged, Gumbs, he looks a bit like a wounded cat. He soon springs back, as he's done here. So a minute to go then, in the opening round. Reliable left-hand jab, Mark Kaylor, good point scoring stuff. No judges for this. James Brimmel from Wales, sole arbiter. But the camp say we won't need the mathematics. Both think that their man is going to win inside the distance. And that's easy for them to say. They're on the safe side of the ropes. When the bell goes, watch how they jump out. So the soccer-style chants of Kaylor, Kaylor, as we get the countdown coming up for the first round. And remember, if a boxer goes down in the last 10 seconds, the count would continue, except in the last round. Well, that's as bright a start, I think, that you could hope for in a championship fight. Jim Watt?
Yeah, well, I was very surprised. Quite often when you have two big punchers in the one ring, the first round's very quiet because they're paying each other too much respect. But that certainly wasn't the case in this opening round. That was a terrific round. If the rest of the fight goes on like this, everybody's going to go home happy. I think Kaylor was very keen on showing Gumbs how much he fancied the job with his showing off before the fight and the way he started the fight, but a couple of times he got a little bit reckless, and you can't do that against a man like Gumbs. And a couple of times I thought Gumbs shook him up a little. The round was probably even But Kaylor will have to tighten up a little bit because Gumbs is very cagey, as I say, and a very big puncher.
OK, fine. I don't suppose statistics matter too much, but Gumbs has had 26 wins and lost 8. And Kaylor's had 23 unbeaten with 20 stops inside. Gumbs has stopped 21. So round 2. Referee scores in half points unless one boxer has a very clear win in the round with a maximum of 10 points. Jim suggests that could have been a 10-10, and I wouldn't argue too much with that. So the West End chant of blowing bubbles, while it might be music to Kaylor's ears, he's still got to do the business himself, because this really is the loneliest spot in the world. He had a little snarl there, Jim Kaylor. I'm wondering whether it was time to taunt Gumbs a bit.
Well, actually, I think Gumbs snarled first. I think Kaylor threw a punch and Gumbs blocked it and sneered at him. So I think they're still trying a little bit of the psychological warfare.
Well, the psychological doesn't hurt as much as the punches, does it? That's the main thing. But good even match. All the critics were divided on who they thought would win this. I think in the press, Kaylor just got the edge on the numbers. Gumbs had a very sketchy start to his career, but he certainly changed it all around now, being unbeaten in 5 years. He lost very early in his 8th fight to Tony Simpson. Well, Kaylor making no attempt, but actually enjoying bobbing and weaving, getting away from those punches in his own corner, getting encouragement from Terry Lawless and trainer Jimmy Tibbs. Half a minute to go then. Gumbs getting on with the job, but if confidence counts, certainly Kaylor's looked very impressive. And not only could West Ham win the middleweight championship, they could win the league title, cup and boat race as well by the look of this. Well, Kaylor had a good round there, some good boxing. I'm wondering, looking in that corner now, Jim, as they're giving the wash and brush up treatment, what do you think that Terry Lawless might be saying to Kaylor there?
Well, a couple of times when Kaylor went onto the ropes, I thought it was just a little bit ragged. I think Terry will tell him to tighten up a little. If you look at Gumbs, you'll see he always has his hands cupped in front of his face and his elbows tucked in. He doesn't present an open target at all. A couple of times Maps get cut out on the ropes because it's a little bit ragged. So I think Terry will probably say tighten up, keep sticking the jab out, because I think if Kaylor gets his jab working, that was probably one of his strongest assets. But Gumbs is a very good fighter. He's keeping his cool, a very good professional.
Yes, confidence is one thing, but Kaylor just can't afford to overdo it. He really mustn't get cocky. So, third round then. And certainly now living up to the championship expectations. One of the tallest middleweights around, Roy Gumbs, at 6'2". And to get inside 11 stone 6 pounds, I've often joked with him that he must have hollow legs, but he makes it quite easily. maybe Kaylor has taken heed there and listened to that lecture in the corner, as Jim suggested. And he seems a bit more serious now. He's cutting out the little frill stuff that he's been giving us. Gumbs, accustomed to quite a bit of recent success now, realizes that this is a hot one in every way. Bit more sparring for openings at this stage. They've driven that early round venom stuff now and trying to pick each other off. Minute to go in the third. Gumbs head-hunting a lot with punches. Kaylor trying to vary them, switching from head to body. Certainly more composed here, Kaylor, isn't he, Jim, for the last 15 seconds of this round?
Yeah, well, I think they've both realised that 12 rounds is a long time, and if the fight's going to go the distance, it would be fatal to run out of steam. So I think they've decided, well, they want to make the punches count rather than just throw them all over the place.
Let's have a look at Gumbs there. Won the British title against Howard Mills. It was vacated by Tony Simpson. And then he won the Commonwealth Championship against Ralph Hollett. He fought him twice in Canada and really did the destruction job there. He owns a Lonsdale belt outright now, defeated Eddie Burke in Glasgow, Glenn McEwen in Liverpool. And he's had some good wins over Americans in London, Al Stiles in 2 rounds, Nat King in 1, Jerry Holly in 2. And he really moves around a bit. He's had as many managers as he's had hot dinners. And over there in Kaylor's corner, familiar figure of Lawless in front of his man there, and on the right, Jimmy Tibbs, who used to box for West Ham, now become a prominent coach. And Frank Black on the outside. So round 4. Referee Brummel just giving them the hefty bark now and again. It hasn't been needed to physically part them in any way. British referees tend to try and do that. Stay out of the action. Let's not turn it into a wrestling match. Well, over there in Gumbs' corner, trainer Ernie Fossey. I wonder if we can just pinch a word with him while the fight's on.
Ernie Fossey, how do you read it going?
Yeah, it's a good hard fight at the moment. Probably, Kaylor's probably just in front at the moment. But Roy, it's a long way to go yet.
Roy's not daunted by this attack Kaylor's brought on him.
No, not at all. He's quite calm and collected.
Still optimistic?
Yeah.
Well, an honest opinion there from Ernie Fossey, an old Islington boxer. He thought Kaylor might be just in front. It's always good when the cornermen have got their judgment right. A little bit of blood specking around Gumbs' white trunks. He's an awkward man to fight, Gumbs. There you see there, he comes in with every type of punch. And he got exceptionally long reach. And those fists at the end of them are spiteful. They feel a bit like bolts when they land. Well, we've discovered already that Kaylor can absorb some good punches, but he doesn't want to absorb too many. Took those well. But not there, he caught him on the temple, and he lost a little bit of control of the legs there, Kaylor. And Gumbs has done this in Commonwealth fights in the 4th round. There was a push at the finish there, but Brim was picking up the count from the timekeeper right next to me. 7, 8. Made it clean. He was banging on the canvas there. Terry Lawless for Kaylor to get up and try and take the play away, and the bell has come to the rescue there. That's just when Kaylor needed to hear it, and in fact he's hanging on, and you're wondering if he even heard the bell. And it's a long walk back to that corner. Well, Jim.
Well, Gumbs seemed to spend most of the early part of that round stalking Kaylor as though he was looking to let go with some big punches. He wasn't leading with jabs or anything else. And then towards the end of the round, he started unloading. And as I said, Kaylor's hands are just a little bit low, and he got himself into trouble. And he took some real heavy stuff there, and as you see, on the floor. But when he got up off the floor, he actually landed a good punch onto Gumbs. I think this is really going to be a terrific punch.
So there, I'll look at this in replay now. He was a little bit confident there early on, Kaylor, and then he got tagged. And then he starts to wind these punches up from all angles, Gumbs. He's very rough when he starts to throw punches, but as I thought, he also shoved him down. So round 5, and although it was finally a shove with the forearm when Kaylor went down in that round, it counts as a knockdown on the referee scorecard because there were a series of punches that preceded that. Well, that's made up the leeway for Gumbs right away. It's difficult for a boxer to cope with knockdowns because Kaylor's had such a good ride as a pro. Oh, good left hook there. And it's getting in a bit rough now. It's a bit catch as catch can. He grimaced, Gumbs there. He showed to the audience, not only to Kaylor, that he didn't like that left hand uppercut that came in. Good stiff jab, and Gumbs looks as though he's cut around the face too, yes, over the eye. His right eye's bleeding quite badly. I think that was why you could see Gumbs visibly shaking his head at one point. Well, that's an amazing turnaround. Kaylor in trouble, and now he's come back and hurt and cut the champion. Putting these together, he's cutting the champion down to size. What a turnaround in the 5th round with a minute to go. And Gumbs is pinned there in Kaylor's own corner. And can he hear this? No, he's counted him out. It looked as though he couldn't hear the count. The ring is absolutely going to be invaded. The security people up. And the Cockney hero, who looked as though he may not survive at one point in the round, came back in the 5th. And have you ever seen a happier face than that? And really, he dismantled piece by piece there, Roy Gumbs. After he was cut, he really looked as though he suddenly, not exactly lost interest, but realised that he was going to be punished. And Kaylor, to his credit, did not let him off the hook. Well, while they're going crazy in the ring, Jim, what do you think of that finish?
Well, that was a real show of courage because Kaylor really had it bad the previous round. And I know it's Terry Lawless's policy. If you have a bad round, then you've got to make sure you go straight back out and have a good round.
2 minutes
and Mark Kaylor certainly did that in style. I think we knew as early as the first round that each boy had the power to hurt and knock out his opponent. So it's gone for Kaylor. It's been a great performance. He worked very hard for the win, and well, sky's the limit now.
Yes, absolutely. And there's just, you can see Roy Gumbs and disappointed promoter Frank Warren, who also manages Gumbs. Gumbs at one time, I mean, he's the WBA number 9. Now, does this mean, I presume it does, that Mark Kaylor can now get into the top 10 of the world rankings, winning his 24th fight and showing all the grit that I certainly knew he had, but at one time I really wondered whether he could get back into the fight, and so did Jim. Arms around Lawless and Frank Black for the Beach Street photographers. And that really is such a great moment for a fighter. And we'll have a look at the replay here, Jim. So as they hoist Kaylor as the new champion, the short jab, and just look at that right hand, it came miles and still caught Gumbs. And at that point, Gumbs' legs there just buckled, and all he was looking to do was grab and get out of trouble, but it wouldn't happen. And Kaylor would not leave him alone, and almost caught him on the floor. In fact, I think the punch just brushed past. When they put that Lonsdale belt around you, Jim, I know the World Championship was the ultimate for you, but how does that feel?
No, but the funny thing about a Lonsdale belt, when fighters win European and world titles, if they don't win a Lonsdale belt outright, it's always a regret for the rest of their lives, because the Lonsdale belt is the most beautiful trophy in the world of boxing.